Team, welcome back. This is a dynamic warm-up block. You've got 6 minutes long with 6 exercises to complete. We're going to start first with that cobra swing, which lasts for 1 minute. So Javi's going to go down to the mat. He's going to reach his chest tall and then lift out through the back, bringing the arms overhead and then back to the glutes. After that, he's going to go right into the fire hydrant. This is 30 seconds each leg. So he's going to take that knee, draw a circle, internal and external rotation of the knee using that circle fashion. Once this is completed, then we'll go into that plank to plank pike. So you're going to get into a plank position, lifting through the toes and the hips. They drive to the ceiling, and then lower back down towards the floor. After that, we're going to go into a 1-minute 5-point squat. So standing to your heels, you're going to get into a squat position, leaning over, reaching to the toes, squat the hips down, reach up to the left and the right, and then standing completely tall. After that, there is a toy soldier. So you're going to reach out with both arms, kick up with the toes towards those arms, making sure you get a stretch on the back of those hamstrings. Once that is completed, you're going to do an alternating power skip for 1 minute, driving up with the knees, squeezing the core, and using those arms. We've got 6 minutes. Let's warm it up.
right, Orange fam, we have a 10-minute block here, and the first 2 exercises, we're gonna use that mini band. So you're gonna do 3 rounds of the first 2 exercises, then the rest of the exercises until time is called. So that mini band is gonna be right underneath your knees. You're gonna take a nice low sit back in those heels, doing a small C-circle forward, placing your foot firmly on the ground, and then stepping back. Nice, Ange. So you have 6 on each side, and then we're gonna move into a mid-band plank alternating leg lift. So going into that high plank position, shoulders are over the wrists, you're engaging your core, just a nice controlled movement, pressing that heel up towards the ceiling. Option here is you can drop down to your knees instead, and then you're gonna still give me that same action with that leg lift. So moving into our next 3 exercises, you're gonna remove your mini band. So you get to throw it away. There we go. So we got a single leg deadlift to a knee raise, 8 each side, engaging that core. You have a focal point on the ground. You're lowering down with control, coming right back up, driving that knee towards your chest. 8 each side. That option is to tap the foot on the ground in between each of those movements. Then you have a goblet squat. 8 is your total rep count. You're focusing on the tempo, holding that weight nice and close to your chest, sending it down, and then you're gonna pop up on a 1 count, but take 3 counts to lower nice and slow. Awesome. Moving into an iso lateral walk, 6 reps. So that is your last exercise. So feet are hip width apart, taking 3 steps to the right, 3 steps to the left. That is 1 rep. You have 6 reps total, and we're gonna fire up those legs. Let's get to it, Orange Nation.
right, team, we know we're all working towards becoming a stronger rower, right, Jess?
Right.
All right, so this block, we have 4 exercises for you that are gonna work on strengthening your legs, core, arms, core, legs. It'll be 8 minutes long. We're gonna have a decreasing rep count. When you finish 4 rounds, we're gonna hold a nice little core exercise at the end. First up, deadlift to high row. Hinging at the hips, weight in your heels. You're gonna pause at the bottom of the movement, pulling your elbows wide, arms towards the armpits, squeezing between your shoulder blades. Your option, lighter weight or limit your range of motion. Next up, you're gonna take your objects, palms facing in under the chin. We're gonna step forward into our lunge here, making sure that knee stays behind the toe, alternating. If you need to, you can lighten your weight or limit your range of motion. Third exercise is our alternating pop squat. Weight in your heels, feet hip width. You're gonna sink into your squat and explode 90 degrees, landing softly, and then the other direction. Your option, eliminate the power and step 90 degrees, rotating those hips. Our last exercise, if we finish all of our rounds, is an iso hollow hold. So press the low back into the ground, lift the shoulders and the heels, brace that core, and breathe. All right, team, let's work on getting stronger so we can crush those rows.
All right, team, this block's all about the lower body. You have 8 minutes of work and 4 exercises to work through. Julia, you ready to do this? Yes. All right, we got 8 reps per side of a single leg sit to stand. We're gonna kickstand one heel forward with our toes pointed towards the sky, sitting back on that other heel, coming down to a seated position, shoulders nice and tall. 8 reps per side. Next up, you're gonna grab 2 medium weight objects for 8 reps of a skier swing, holding them by your sides, feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, popping the hips back, just like a slingshot, exploding forward, thrusting the hips forward, helping propel those objects up to shoulder height. Next up, we're gonna slow things down just a little bit. Heavier object here for 8 reps of a weighted hip bridge. So heels are close to the glutes, about hip width apart. We're gonna put our weight on our hips, driving up into that hip bridge position. 1, 2, 3 counts back to your starting position. You have 8 total reps. Last but not least, we do have some core work. 12 total reps of a plank Spider-Man from our high plank position. So for this one, hands are stacked underneath the shoulders, feet at about hip width for stability, squeezing the glutes to make sure they stay in place as we bring our knee as close to the elbow as possible. Options here, you can always come down to the knees, bringing up 1 knee at a time. 8 minutes of work, get ready for that lower body to burn.
team, we have 5 minutes of work. It is time to light that core up. Jess, are you ready?
Ready.
Let's get to it. You have a side plank with rotation, 10 reps each side. Going onto that side, keep those hips pressed up, elbows coming down to the ground, focusing on engaging those stabilizers. Option, drop down to one knee, keep the hips elevated. After that, we're gonna go onto our back into a reverse crunch. So bringing the knees in towards your chest, you're gonna lower down, tap the ground, hands are on either side of you. Option here, keep the feet up in that 90-degree angle, tap one foot on the ground at a time. Last, moving into a power sit-up. Another 10 reps here. Arms and legs are extended. You're bringing your hands towards your feet, extend back out. Do not let your feet touch the ground because it is hot. Time to get into it with this 5-minute core block team.
time to cool it down after all that hard work. We've got a 6-minute hip and back flexibility cool down block for you. We're gonna start seated position for a seated straddle stretch. You're gonna open your legs to a comfortable angle and keep your torso nice and tall up out of the hips. Hinging forward, keeping your chest nice and tall, reaching as far as you can before you lose your posture. Set your hands down. We're gonna stay here for 20 seconds. Then we're gonna switch to the opposite side. Same thing, chest tall, reach down towards your toes as far as you can go, and hold for 20 seconds. Finally, we're gonna spend 20 seconds in the center, walking your hands out, keeping your chest nice and tall. From here, we're gonna move to a seated body twist. So you're gonna cross one leg over the opposite leg, back of the hand goes to the back of the knee, and you're slowly gonna rotate open, keeping your chest tall and your body wiggled up. From here, 20 seconds, and then we'll switch sides. Next, we're gonna take it to a figure 4, so lying flat on your back. You're gonna cross one knee so that the ankle is over the opposite knee. Thread your hands through to the back of the thigh and pull in nice and slow until you feel a stretch through the backs of the legs. 20 seconds on one side, and then we'll switch 20 seconds to the other side. Now we're gonna move into a supine hip opener, so we're flat on our back, pulling one knee in, getting a nice stretch through the backs of the legs, 20-second hold here. We're gonna then open up the opposite arm into a T for support and let our knee fall to the side, making sure our shoulders stay flat to the mat. 20-second hold, and then we're gonna switch back to center, switch arms to the T, and let the knee fall to the opposite side of the floor, watching your shoulders. 20 seconds here. We're gonna finish it up with Happy Baby. So again, we're laying flat on our back. We're making sure our belly button is pulled so our back is flat. We're gonna lift our legs into the air, grab onto the tops of our toes, and widen our legs just a little bit. If you're comfortable here, you can slowly rock back and forth to massage the lower back. Take it down for 6 minutes.